I would say the two individuals that were most inspirational in my life were my mom and my dad, Irvin Ellsworth McConney and Masako Matsuoka McConney. They both immigrated to the U.S. in the early 1950s. My dad coming from Barbados to New York and to seek his fame and fortune, and enlisted in the U.S. Army soon after he became a U.S. citizen. He was sent to Japan, and this was probably about 7 years after World War II, where he met my mom. They're so inspirational because I remember my mom telling me and my three brothers and my sister stories when we were young about traveling from Japan to San Francisco, and my dad and my mom getting in a car and driving with another couple from San Francisco to New York City. And again, this was back in the early 50s when driving through the southern part of the country was a little tenuous. My mom would tell us stories about stopping to get something to eat and my dad not being allowed into the restaurant. And as young children, we would ask my mom, well, why was that? And I recall vividly that she never spoke of anger. She always said that it was just a different time. I remember the house in which we lived in, whenever there was a project that needed to be done, my dad would come to me and say, well, we need to put a chain link fence in the backyard, what do you think? And neither one of us had any experience in doing those types of things, but he would just say, you know what, let's give it a shot. And to this day, that's how I live my life. I live my life saying, you know what, I'm not afraid to fail, just give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, then at least you've learned what not to do. Premier Mail and Fulfillment, we're a full-service print, direct mail marketing, and product fulfillment company. I remember talking to my mom and telling her what my plans were in purchasing this company, and she's like, you know what, just treat people right, don't take anything for granted, and she was never educated in business, but she said something that I'll never forget, and that was, being a good businessman is getting people to trust you and to like you. And and I've lived that way, not just through my government career, but also with my career as the owner of Premier Mail. When I talk to my mom, and that's probably at least weekly, I thank her. I thank her for having the strength to raise 5 children who have all turned out to be very successful. And if my dad were alive today, I would say, I want you to be proud of seeing your grandchildren. I want you to be proud of what I've accomplished. And I obviously want to thank you for everything that you've given, not only me, but my 3 brothers and my sister.